interesting topic that we finna tackle. When I say tackle, I mean I'm talking about tackle it. You know what I mean? So let's stand up and give them a big round of applause. Let's go. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. It's on you.
Good evening. 100.7 FM WUBZ with DJ Booty Rush, Hear Me TV, Tuskegee Virtual TV, Channel 181 in town, Channel 19 on the Tuskegee University campus with Pat Wallace, the director, and Jordan.
You know, we just let it have a good time here, but we got a very interesting topic today, you guys. So, who's going to start it off?
I'd like to start off.
Serious, you guys. Let's go.
Yes, sir. So thank you for having me here. I called you last week, DJ Rush. I was driving down the street, and I was thinking a lot about the state of our state. The state of the culture which we live in, and the fact that sex trafficking is on a very high rise right now. Not only that, but Black women, Black girls are being kidnapped at alarming rates in this particular state, right here in the surrounding counties that we live in.
Right.
I was really taken aback because, you know, this isn't the first type of conversation, unfortunately, that we've had about this. This is not the first time this year we're speaking about women not feeling safe in our community.
Right.
And I reached out to you because I really wanted to come and speak up and speak out and against the fact that us as Black women are being targeted right now, and Black girls. And I realized that coming and even talking like this could make me possibly a target. But we can't be scared, you know, of what is going on. We have to be vigilant and stay safe by having discussions like this, you know, by reaching out to our brothers in our community. You told me, I want you to reach out to Brother Scott Muhammad. Right. And Brother Scott is my brother. Right. So, you know, he was the perfect person for me to reach out to. Right. And I had a lot of energy when I was talking to him. Yeah. That's one thing that I've noticed in our community. You know, we had a young sister who was talking about an incident that happened, and there was a lot of energy. She posted about it on Facebook yesterday about a sex trafficking incident. There was a lot of energy that was around that, you know. There was a lot of emotions that were around that instead of looking at the fact. Right. And the fact is that we as the people have to protect ourselves. We have to not be scared. We can't, you know, jump all over something because it's a cool trending topic. You know, you could be next. I could be next. My roommate could be next. You know, my little sister could be next. And it's not just here in Tuskegee. It's everywhere across the country. Right. But this is a very concentrated area. And it's an area that has a lot of pride. Right. You know, you hear Tuskegee pride. So it's like, you know, how proud are we for real? Because I don't feel safe here. And this is not the first or second time that I've said that in the last year. We have to do something. Right. Okay. And not be so emotional about it, but really prioritize ourselves. You know, not necessarily having to be out as late. Not that I'm scared to be out. Because I'm older. I'm an older student. However, there's just times where I probably don't need to be out as late. Not being scared, but just being cautious. That's just the time that we're living in these days. Yeah. And it's been an incident. This is not the only time that this actually really happened. This happened like in the 80s and the 90s. The 80s and 90s. Right here in Macon County. It was in this whole area, the South. And it was like the Atlanta sniper or something. He was out. And after 10 o'clock, we had a curfew. It was 10 o'clock, and it came on at WSFA. It said 10 o'clock. It is 10 o'clock. Do you know your children are? When we was kids. And everybody flew home or try to get somewhere where an adult can see you or be where they can count you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It came on every night at 10 o'clock. It says 10 o'clock. Do you know your children are? You know what I mean? And then when it got real bad, they went to 9 o'clock. They had a 9 o'clock curfew. You know what I mean? You're 9 o'clock. You know your children. I remember like it was night and day. You know what I'm saying? Because kids were getting snatched up. There was a lot of killing the kids. You know what I mean? That's what's in this South area here. Started from Atlanta
and it was moving. It was migrating all in the South. You know what I mean? This is not the first time that this happened. And then at that time, they was putting kids on milk cartons. You know what I mean? Missing kids was going on milk cartons. You know what I mean? That's how it was back in the day.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's what, it's not brand new, but it don't got to a point where it's too extreme. Everybody's getting involved in it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
A lot of people get involved in it. You know what I mean? So I don't know what this world's going through, man. So I want to hear what you have to say, though, Mr. Scott. You got a lot. Man. But I just wanted to just add that to what you was talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, like you said, when Sister Kia, she called and asked me to come on with her. So I just really wanted to come and be in support of my little sister because I see her moving a lot of energy, and her crew moves a lot of energy.
Right.
You know what I mean? And really, we did the Womb Conference last year around the murder victims.
Right.
And the picture that was the picture of our conference came out of Revelations. It was the wonder in heavens, and it's a black woman standing on the moon, clothed in the sun with 12 stars around her head. And there's a 7-headed dragon standing in front of her, according to Revelations, waiting for her to give birth to a man-child who's going to rule the nations. And so the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us, man, that was a picture of this day, the last day, and the fact that our women would be attacked outright.
Right.
You know what I mean? So what he did was he put out a mandate. He said, I don't want our women out after dark. When it's going dark, you go in.
Right.
Unless he said, I don't even want you working at a job that has you out after dark. He said, if you must go out at night, you should be with your husband or your father or your brother or some man who is willing to fight to the death for you.
That's right.
Because that's where we are.
Yeah.
So I love what Sister Kia said. She said, it's not that I'm afraid, but I am intelligent.
Right.
And indeed. So now I'm going in earlier. And see, I love Kia Brown. And there are other brothers who love Kia Brown who would fight to the death for her, with everything we got. So it's your love and consideration that sends you in, because when it go down, I can't think about what I'm going to do with my wife and children. I got to go out with my life for your life.
Right.
And any other man in this community going to do the same. So that's why in community, not this Negro mess that happened, not in the ghettos, but in community, the women are so considerate of the families and the lives of the men that they don't put themselves in harm's way that might cause children to grow up without their father because he was out handling business. Maybe he didn't get killed. Maybe he made an example that was so clear that he gonna have to spend some time, in one of these places. You know what I mean? Yes. So it's that serious of an hour. And I want to say, for all of our women and all of our men, I think, Brother DJ Rush, I came up a while back when we were tracking the murder victims, and I said, Tuskegee got a problem in its homes. And that has not changed. There's a problem in the homes. If you got a girl that's running away and jumping into traffic, what is she running away from at home? You can't tell me that you serious about stopping sex traffic and you a participant.
Right.
You a consumer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have to have a legitimate disagreement with sex traffic.
Right.
You feel me? You can't just be banging your gums. This problem don't get solved by slick talk and gun banging. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if I'm going to be a consumer of the product of sex trafficking, then I can't say that I want to stop sex trafficking.
Right. Absolutely.
And for all of my sisters out there that I'm learning to be man enough to die for, you really need to get out the field of battle. You see what I'm saying? You got traffickers out there and you got the trafficked out there, but then you put on some yoga pants and you run yourself out there too.
Right.
Talking about you liberated.
Right.
You need to get your behind out of the way. I can't tell the difference between you and the trafficker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
You got to stop playing in traffic.
That's right.
Stop playing. That's the DJ.
I got you.
That's our thing now. Stop playing in traffic.
Stop playing in traffic.
Because that's stupid.
Yeah.
It's stupid to play in traffic.
Right.
That would be the equivalent of me seeing black males getting gunned down in the street by the police, and then me going to the police area with a black plastic gun, talking about my rights.
Right.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
So we got to stop, man.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
if we want to solve the problem. Now, if you happy with stuff like it is,
right.
you keep on playing out there. You dig what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I understand exactly where you're coming from. And it's sad. Like you said, quit playing in traffic.
Gotta stop playing in traffic.
Like the dogs keep chasing out the cars. What happened?
Come on.
Some lady get hit.
You know, so that piece that Sister Kill was talking about on the internet, somebody tagged me. I think it was my sister tagged me in it, and I was watching. It was an argument that developed, you know, and it was an argument about whether the girl was actually victimized or not, whether somebody actually tried to kidnap this girl or not. Now, I don't know.
Some of the one that happened at Popeye.
At Popeye.
Yeah, the sheriff was on the show earlier today. He had straightened it out.
Okay.
And it was he had a legitimate excuse for why he was down there.
Okay.
Yeah, the car broke down and he was at Harrison's, not Harris. Yeah, Gene and Sons. And he had to get some parts, and he had to stay overnight to get parts.
Okay.
Yeah, he had already called into the then the tow truck did some work for him and all that kind of stuff. But the sheriff had straightened that out though.
Okay, great. Because I tried calling some of the police to try to get the the background story. Because let me say this. We have to beware of social engineering. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're on social media, and there's a thing called social engineering where these people study how to influence your behavior.
Mm-hmm, that's right.
And even your feelings.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? And so inside of a very real crisis, we know that we have enemies out there that for the last 400 years have been trafficking us. Traffic ain't never stopped.
Ain't never stopped.
You know, but for the last, I don't know, I mean, for the last several decades that black women have been coming up missing, there's been absolutely no talk about it.
Yeah.
Nothing.
You know, just no talk.
That's
In
right.
fact, I think Ania's parents Aniah Blanchard's parents was upset because they say, hey, we call in, they tell us, hey, she probably ran away or kicking it or whatever.
Yeah.
And they give the guy who took her a 24-hour leave.
Right.
You know, the general position about black women is they can't be kidnapped, they can't be abused, and so they don't take our stuff seriously. Now, inside of that, I know that it's frightening out here, but we have to be very, very mindful because you can get somebody hurt out here. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Because now people starting to come to consciousness real quick, but the social media drivers are driving this stuff too,
Right.
and trying to create a panic and a hysteria. I don't know if y'all noticed. I know Pat probably seen it. I would say 8 out of 10 of the pictures that come across representing sex traffickers are now black, and it's like, well, where are they finding all these black sex traffickers?
Yeah, that's what I've been seeing.
If you notice, we done stopped talking about
Drugs.
Jeffrey Epstein. Who had a whole pedophile island.
Yeah.
What? Well, okay, well, look, here's Jeffrey Epstein. They've been threatening to read the names off his list.
Still ain't read them.
We ain't heard no names. Now we seeing low level, this Daquan and them. They took this girl over here. And it's like Daquan had one person. Jeffrey Epstein had a plane load with an island and list of judges and media people and actors and law enforcement and presidents and all these people that was playing on his island with him, and he's not even a discussion anymore.
Wow.
Didn't kill himself.
And see, and we know he didn't kill himself, but the question now is he dead? I mean, it's just stuff that's out there. So I'm saying, man, you know, look. this is where I am with it. I know that according to the available research, last year there were 65,000 missing black women.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Another nonprofit just did the research, and from January to now, 10,000 new cases of missing black women. Now, when we were dealing with the police murders, which are still happening, but it's just not being pushed across the media platform, so we ain't talking about it because that's how we train.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They say, hey, one black man every 28 hours or 23 hours, whatever it is, for 10,000 to be missing over, 200 some odd days, how many women a day is that?
Wow.
And it becomes difficult to wrap the mind around that kind of number. And that's just the black. I want to say this. The Native American people are one people with us. And everywhere these capitalists put a pipeline right next to the reservation, the number of Native American women that come up murdered, missing, or raped jumps 100 times the national average.
Wow.
That's insane.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's strong.
Man.
That's strong.
So for me, it's like, hey, man, and then I come to talk to brothers about this, and they talking about a football game and some who got the best wangs and a beer and some used coochie, and it's crazy to me. I'm still not. That's as crazy as the 10,000 missing for me. It's that kind of crazy. It's like, man, we ain't talking about the missing girls and babies. You talking about who? The football game? And
if I can interject, that's where I am challenging my community as well, because we do have brothers in our community. A lot of time people look at our community and say, no, we don't have that. And, I could feel that right now, looking around like, dang, there's a whole bunch of women getting kidnapped and hurt and harmed. Like, where are the men in our community, our brothers, to step up for us and for one another, for our future?
Right.
Because, people have kids and grandkids.
That's right.
They got to get as old as us, hopefully, one day. So, I really do want to challenge, the brothers in our community to step up. And, to realize what type of times we live in. A lot of us are young, we're millennials, or, we're maybe not millennials. But we're here. We're one community. And, for our sisters as well, for us to be vigilant to what's going on, and to just move more with purpose. We can't just be out here moving, high and drunk or whatever, just because you want to do that.
I think some of the brothers do want to help, but they don't know how. You know what I mean? So they're going to need some guidance. You know what I'm saying?
I want y'all to stand by. We're about to start some men's only classes.
Right.
Where we deal with manhood training. And we're going to talk about protocols. We're going to have a series of meetings in Tuskegee. Because, think about this, y'all. Just really think about this. Donald Trump is on his way to being impeached. And his community of followers have said if he get impeached, they tearing some stuff up, and President Trump has been encouraging that. Now, traditionally, they don't tear up their own communities. They come to our communities. So we need to have protocols in place for an impeachment level event. If there's an impeachment, what's our preparation? What are we going to do to make sure that our property, our community, our wives, and our children are safe? How do we protect our borders?
That's right.
How do we make sure that food continues to flow,
right,
and water continues to flow through our community? These are some of the things that across the board men have to get into.
Right.
And so, I know I be talking about the ball game. Sometimes people think I'm tripping, but really, if Colin Kaepernick ain't throwing the ball, Pat, I don't want to watch it.
Right.
I thought that was what the whole thing was about with him kneeling and stuff. He still ain't throwing the ball. What I'm watching for? You dig? So it's like, so what would we do if we wasn't watching football? Well, how about we set up the protocols so that if some marauders want to roll through and burn our stuff down, see, they training right now. They got land, and these cats is training. they actually know how to use their stuff. They not just shooting in the air at night. They're training. They're doing tactics and maneuvers.
And not only them, but their children.
Yes.
Because I went to school with children who went hunting on the weekends and who love to hunt.
Yeah.
You know, and it's hunting season.
Man.
Yeah.
All day long. And you know, DJ Booty Rush, again, I disagree with sex trafficking, but I love the Super Bowl. But at the Super Bowl, whatever city it's in, that's where they bring all the little girls that they done kidnapped through the year to service the people going to the Super Bowl.
Wow.
I mean, at some time, we just got to be real about this stuff. Mm-hmm. It's conversations we got to have.
That's
man.
right. We do.
I mean, we really do.
Right.
You know, we really do.
Yeah, as a whole. We need to set some up, though, for real. Yeah. But I know that's you're getting a little heated here. So we're going to go ahead and end it here. And you guys want to give a big shout out. That's about it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Y'all give a big shout out to anybody you want to give a big shout out to before we get up out of here?
I always want to shout out Sacramento, California, 916. Also, I'd like to shout out Kangaroo. Kangaroo is a
put a little close to that so it can
Wi-Fi product, basically a home security system. You hook it up to your Wi-Fi, you paste it on your wall, and it's connected to your phone. There's no monthly service charge. It's just a one-time fee, and it's a good way to just keep yourself a little bit more, protected, peace of mind.
So it's a camera too?
It's a camera. If you're a member at Sam's Club, you get a camera for free. It's a motion detector, an entry detector, and as well as
inside, outside,
climate detector.
Okay, cool.
I got 2 shouts out.
Okay.
Normally, my man Larry King be here with me.
Couldn't make it tonight.
That's
what I had to see, man.
Yeah.
Where are you, Larry King? You are missing, brother. We need you back on the show for the 455,000 time.
You know, we just had a tribute to B.J. Smith.
Okay, yeah.
And, Larry King had worked real hard on that with the family. And they named the course after BJ, scholarship getting set up in his name and everything. So big shout out to Larry King. And big congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Cynthia Smith and Bobby Smith for not stopping the fight,
right?
To get their son recognized.
Right.
And super big shout out to Dr. Lily McNair, president of Tuskegee University.
Okay.
Her statement when she came out, she's like, man, this was easy. This just,
right.
I'm a mother. This was the decent thing to do.
Right, gotcha.
So it wasn't no mess. She came out, handled business.
Great job.
Larry King will be in Mobile this weekend.
Okay.
Y'all be watching out because if he win his tennis matches, he won't only bring back some and they got some turkeys they going to bring back for the giveaway.
Okay.
Yep. And finally, I got one more shout out. This is very important. This Sunday, November 24th, we're having a Stop the Violence March in Montgomery.
Okay.
And this is organized by Teresa Brown. And she is the sister of Bambino Gold, Edward Reeves. And her mom, Miss Aida Harris, and the mom of Schoolie, Kendrick Stokes.
Okay.
His mom, Felicia Webster, they're going to be the grand marshals of the march.
Okay.
So everybody show some love and support. I met Teresa right after I witnessed the murder of Greg Gunn by the Montgomery police. Shout out to the Gunn family. The trial is going on right now, and they're doing what Alabama does.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? They're doing, and they don't even realize how foolish that is to do during the day of judgment when you seeing the plagues tear America up. Alabama, if you don't do right, the Lord gonna speak to you, and that's from Mama Gun. But that's where I met Teresa Brown, and she was one of the activists that came and stood real strong with the family and myself.
Okay.
And so she's putting this together, and she's doing an excellent job. She's moving a lot of energy out there, y'all. So say prayers for Teresa, because anytime you the grand marshal or the grand master pushing that kind of energy, you take a lot of hits.
That's right.
So keep strong, Teresa. Do your thing, and much love to both the families.
All right, y'all. That's been our time, people. We got to get up out of here. I want to give a big shout out to my wife and kids. I love you guys. Also, want to give a big shout out to the guys at this station right here, 100.7 WBZ. That's going to be the communicator, Sylvester McPherson, the co-pilot, Andre Fields, and myself, DJ Booty Rush, the connector. I want to give a big shout out to these guys right here holding the camera. Hey, we got Pat Wallace in the building. Got CBTV in the building. Now we got another counter hole right here. Now, hold on. What TV is this right here? What name of your TV station?
This is Rise TV right here.
It's Rise TV right here. She got 2 cameras. She going live, y'all. So big shouts out to her as well, y'all. That's been our time, man. Love you guys, man. Hey, thank you guys for coming on the show, man.
Hey, thanks for having us.
And sharing that information to the public, people.
And Naeem and Safi, y'all get to bed.
Hey, love y'all. Make it count, man. We up out here. See y'all next go round. Peace.